IPOB dismisses rumor of week-long sit-at-home in southeast of Nigeria. So my wonderful people, my Biafran lovers and the lovers of freedom and lovers of Biafran freedom anywhere where you do, I beg make you collect this greeting why I carry come and the headline why I don't lead give on now. What I want to ask will be this. I beg make another kill me because I say only the other day fuzo. Where are we? Where are we? Who are we following? Are we following the 3 days sit at home or 7 days sit at home or no sit at home? Because it seems like the IPOB and AUTOPILOT are having a kind of misunderstanding, because AUTOPILOT will come out and tell us there will be a long sit at home starting from the next month until 10th. Then another section will come out and tell us there is no sit at home. Where do we stand? I beg. That is the question I have for all my fans out there who really support this Biafra movement. Where do we stand? Who are we to believe and who are we to follow? This thing has been made very, very sound and clear that no more sit at home or whatsoever. And I said this in earlier on one of my videos. I said, if you want to do sit at home, you want to do anything, just to hold the federal government of Nigeria for them to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you stop, because didn't sit at home, all this internally generated revenue or revenue generated from parks and motor is not what these people use to fly all these their private jets. No. The money they are using for all these private jets is going underground, our gas and our crude oil. Carry this waka, go that place, go anywhere where they have an office in our land. Close it down on that very day, because any day you make it at home on any of their depot or whatever it being called, they lose a lot of money there. But instead, when you talk about some of the now, some people, some never do well. Some full everywhere. They begin to attack you. You are doing it at home, killing our own economy. The economy of federal government goes underground. You never do anything about it. Rather, you choose to kill the economy of the poor masses out there who struggle on daily basis just to feed their own family. Many of our brothers and sisters can never, I repeat, can never have anything to eat or drink if they do not go outside to hustle for it. You sit on your comfortable zone. Every Monday sit at home, you will be on a live TV show. Twitter is paying you, YouTube is paying you, Facebook is paying you, all the whole platforms that pays money. TikTok, you are there, they are paying you money. On every Monday, your wife will go to her shop and doing business, and you will be living very fine. A politician in another country is causing confusion in our own land. When you say the truth, they will attack you. Nobody do not support the Biafra. Nobody do not support the Biafra movement. But killing the economy of the Southeast, the same people you claim for to be fighting for, that is what we are doing, what we said no to it. Anyway, I don't want to talk much. Let us go to the reason why we are here today. I beg, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. In any way I'll say, if I say the one that is not good, no problem. I want oyekwa so won take egbo. Oyekwa so kwa so won take egbo, ekwe gana dem ma so won take egbo. Owo ya na me na Igbo land. Esuare won anyi mi yara and there. They will not say anything now. Look at Asare Dokobo threatening the whole Igbos and the Biafran nations. All these people will come to my comment section to comment. They will not even look for Asare Dokobo and go and kill him. But when they see their own brother, that is where they will begin to rise shoulder. Only on our own IPOB. Because I know how to comment nonsense. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have dismissed an audio message circulating on social media asking residents of the Southeast to observe a 1-week sit at home from July 3 to July 10. The sit at home order purported to have come from IPOB with the tag Ash Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is aimed at forcing the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in the custody of the Department of State Service (DSS). The audio message claimed that there will be dire consequences for anyone who ventures to come outside on that said dates. But the Media and Publicity Secretary of IPOB, Mr. Emmanuel Powerful, told Daily Post upon inquiry on Wednesday that the audio message was not from his group. You must know whom madness sit at home is, and the criminal who is illegally destroying our land. I will issue an official press release against it in 2 to 3 days to the date declared in the audio. But for now, the leadership of IPOB has asked me not to give it attention or attraction instead. IPOB had first declared every Monday a sit-at-home day in the southeast as a way of to compel the federal government to release its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, but later cancelled it upon plea that the exercise was taking a toll on the economy of the region. However, since its cancellation, some hoodlums have continued to enforce it, making many to compulsorily sit at home every Monday despite IPOB assurance that nothing is going to happen to them. A factional leader of the group, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is based in Finland, has continually supported the Monday exercise and even threatened governors of Anambra and Enugu, Prophet Chukwuma Soludo and Mr. Peter Mba, respectively, who have spoken and cancelled the exercise in their states. Call to restrain Kano government from arresting Dogowa over alleged murder. Court is the problem we have in Nigeria. Believe it or leave it. A federal high court in Abuja has restrained the Kano state government from arresting or detaining the immediate past majority leader in the House of Representatives, Alhassan Dogowa. The presiding judge, Justice Donatus Okoronkwo, gave the order following an oral application by counsel to Dogowa Afam Osigwe on Tuesday. Recall that on February 28, Dogowa was arrested at the Malam Amini Kano International Airport while boarding a flight to Abuja over the alleged burning of the Secretariat of the NNPP in Kano and the death of 2 persons in the incident. Although the legislator denied any wrongdoing, he was arraigned in March at a magistrate court in Kano and was later remanded in prison. He was granted bail in the sum of 500 million naira by a federal high court. After a few days in prison, the charges against him were withdrawn after the prosecution failed to find sufficient evidence to link Dogowa with the said offenses. Dogowa subsequently filed a suit marked FHC/ABJ/831/23 seeking an order enforcing his fundamental rights. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, the Inspector General of Police, Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano, and the Kano State Attorney General are joined at first to the fourth defendant, respectively. In a motion, the ex parte earlier moved to Osigwe on June 20. Dogowa sought the protection of the court against an alleged plan by the state government to arrest and detain him. The judge had ordered parties in the suit to maintain the status quo pending the hearing and the determination of the substantive matter. Although the judge did not grant all the prayers sought, he ordered Dogowa to put the defendants on notice for them to show cause why his prayers should not be granted on the next adjournment date. At the resumed hearing on Tuesday, Osigwe informed the court that the third and fourth defendants, Governor and the AG, served them with their processes around 2 p.m. on Monday. While seeking an adjournment to enable him to file an appropriate response, Osigwe prayed the court to extend its earlier order for parties to maintain the status quo. However, MK Umar, who appeared for the governor and the AG, disagreed with the applicant's oral application and instead prayed the court to order an accelerated hearing of the substantive suit. Responding, Osigwe told the court that Omar's reaction had confirmed the affair of what the state government allegedly planned against his client. Osigwe also prayed to the court for an undertaking from the state council. But Omar assured the judge that the state government would not take further steps during the pendency of the court case. In a short ruling, the judge noted the undertaking made by the owner and directed parties to maintain status quo pending the hearing and the determination of the main matter. He adjourned the matter until July 14 for further hearing on the said issues. Tension as mob killed another naval rating in Ondo State. All this killing of public service officers, I don't understand though. There is reportedly unrest in the Iduane, a community in the Ose local government area of Ondo State, since Monday, after a mob launched a naval rating to death. Reports obtained by Nigeria News on Tuesday revealed that the unnamed naval officer was driving through the community when he mistakenly splashed water on a motorcyclist and his passenger while trying to avoid potholes on a bad section of the road. A source who confirmed the incident told Daily Trust noted that the naval officer, after realizing his action, came out of his vehicle and apologized to the motorcyclist and his passengers. He noted that the other officer's plea, however, fell on deaf ears of the motorcyclist, who allegedly immediately mobilized thugs in the community to attack the officer. According to him, the thugs in large numbers stormed the scene and attacked the said naval officer. The naval officer was unconscious and rushed to the hospital in the community after the attack, but he gave up the ghost before getting there and was confirmed dead on arrival by the doctor, the resident told reporters. Nigeria News learned that the incident was since generated tension in the community as colleagues of the deceased officer allegedly threatened to avenge his death. It was reported that the youths in the community were said to have fled into the bush over the fear of reprisal. As of the reporting time, some colleagues of the deceased were said to be in the area searching for the killers of the naval rating. It was further gathered that the motorcyclists involved have been arrested and handed over to the police in community, while the main suspect, who hit the deceased with a rod, took to his heels. The police public relations officer PPRO in Ondo State, Fumilayo Odunlame Omesanya, confirmed the incident to reporters in a telephone interview and promised to give further details later. Nigerians understand that the latest attack on the naval rating in Ondo came barely 48 hours after that a naval rating was killed by unknown gunmen in Ajegunle area of Lagos State. The deceased naval officer was, until the incident, serving at the Lagos Logistic Depot of Nigerian Navy. Our CBN have announced the 50,000 naira as daily limit on a contactless payments. Contactless. Any payment that you are making that they cannot be contacted either by the bank or by the payee will not be will not exceed 50,000 naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria has placed a 50,000 naira daily limit on contactless payments either through bank account or digital wallets. The CBN disclosed this on Tuesday in a circular titled Transaction Limit on Contactless Payments, signed by its Director, Payment System Management Department, Musa Jimo. The Harper's Bank also limited the amount per transaction to 15,000 naira on contactless payments. It stated, following the issues of the guidance on the contactless payments in Nigeria and in organizers of the risk associated with a contactless payment, the bank hereby defines the transaction limit above which verification and authorization are also required. Transaction limits for contactless payment through accounts and wallets in Nigeria shall be as follows. Transaction limit maximum amount is 15,000 naira and daily cumulative limit maximum amount is 50,000 naira. Higher value contactless payments are transactions that exceed the above state limits and shall require appropriate verification and authorization. For these transactions existing Know your customer, that is KYC, requires and limits on electronic and payment channels shall apply. Limits above this stipulated daily cumulative limits shall be conducted using contact-based technology. Please be guided accordingly. It added, contactless technology is a technology that enables an alternative payment method where payment instruments are used without physical contact with devices. Contactless technology in payment provides easy, convenient, and efficient cashless options for users. Examples of contactless payment instruments include prepaid, debit, and credit cards, stickers, fobs, wearable devices, tokens, and mobile electronic devices. Contactless enabled payment terminals interact with the contactless payment device to facilitate payment. In other words, that is what they call it. What they used to call it. They said it is cashless policy. Political contingencies made me withdraw petition from Rivers Tribunal. This one is coming from Abe. The 2023 governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abe, has shed more light on why he is no longer contesting the outcome of the election. According to Abe, he withdrew his case before the Rivers State Election Tribunal because of political contingencies. Though he argued that the election in Rivers was an aberration, he added that with a new president in charge, as much as possible, everyone should join hands together to move the country forward. Abe made a submission on Tuesday during a guest appearance on Channel Television Politics Today. He said, "I have said several times that the election in Rivers State were aberrations. I even said before the election that there will be problems in Rivers State, and there were problems, but I withdraw my case due to political exigencies. And you know that we have a new president, new hopes, and we are going somewhere. And I do believe that as much as possible, all of us should put our hands together to move the country forward." You are a great liar. Also, during the interview, while reacting to the European Union position on Nigeria's electoral process, Abe said, 2023 election is the best election Nigeria has ever conducted. Have you heard it? Leave this man. He said it came with a lot of improvement, but it is the politicians who have been undermining the process. According to him, the democratic journey is always a work in process, where improvements are always welcomed. He said, "Substantially, we have done very well. The truth is that I have been part of the elections in this country since 1999. And even before that, even until today, I keep telling people that the 2023 election is the best election we have ever conducted in this country." If you look at the participation of the people, the way the election was conducted, you will notice a lot of improvements. First of all, in the law, with the use of technology and accreditation, where the system was allowed to work, it worked very well. But actually, like your guest said, the conduct of politicians in undermining the process itself is actually the biggest problem that we face as far as elections are concerned. Who are those politicians? Are they not the same people inside the same INEC? And you said you use your hands to complicate yourself, this old man. Even in other democracies, elections are a work in progress. As you see things that undermine or challenge the process, you take steps to correct them. So I think that from every other election cycle, there's a lot to learn from them. But in terms of improvement on our electoral processes, anybody who's objective will agree that the 2023 elections, the 2022 Electoral Act, are a major way forward for the Federal Republic of Nigeria in terms of elections. Even in terms of following the rules, we can improve. The thing that went wrong in the election was the fact that politicians refused to play by the rules. Are the politicians the one operating our BVAS machines? Magnus Abe, are politicians the one responsible to operate our BVAS machines? You can talk about, okay, let's forget about the confusion, the talk, and the rest of them. But are they the same people at our this INEC board? Anyway, let me not use the derogatory word. Again, Boko Haram killed 7 people in Borno State. Borno community, sorry. Some terrorists suspected to be Boko Haram members reportedly killed no fewer than 7 persons in an attack in Borno State on Monday. Reports obtained by Nigerian News on Wednesday revealed that the assailants carried out the attack in the Damboa local government area of the state around 11:30 a.m. on Monday. According to reports, 1 other person sustained injuries in the incident that happened at the Bulajim Bam area. One security source said the outlawed group ambushed the farmers on their way to the farm. We got the report yesterday, Monday. It is sad. 7 people lost their lives, and you see it is difficult for us to tell these people not to go farm. We are working hard to ensure they are protected daily. Daily Trust has quoted by security source saying, as we speak this morning, the relatives of the victims have already gone to recover their remains. One of the injured is currently receiving treatment at the hospital. Boko Haram beheads 15 people in fresh attack in Borno. Barely 2 weeks ago, about 15 people were reportedly beheaded by some suspected Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. Reports obtained by Nigerian News revealed that the insurgents attacked the 2 communities in the local government area of the state on Thursday night and carried out their heinous acts till Friday morning. It was gathered that the terrorists invaded Kofa village in midnight and started shooting sporadically for about an hour into the early hours of Friday. Daily Trust quoted as saying that the terrorists also attacked Molai Kaura and Molai Ghana, where they slaughtered some people. Look at how they're making it. Where they slaughtered some people in Nigeria, they are now slaughtering animals. Human blood and flesh is nothing again to these people. Many residents reportedly fled their homes to take cover in the nearby bush. Confirming the incident, a top member of the vigilance group, Buka Ali Musti, told journalists that the farmers were attacked while working on their farmland near Molai in Anjere local government area of the state. At least 15 bodies were evacuated this morning. The attacks took place yesterday, Thursday night. 7 farmers were beheaded while working on their farmland, and the attackers also slit the throats of 8 other harmless civilians in their homes, Mostly said. Another civilian JTF, who reportedly took part in the evacuation team, raised concerns over the attack, saying all stakeholders must wake up to ensure it doesn't continue. It was a sad development considering the progress that we have made in the months without any attacks on communities. I was there this morning. I can't imagine seeing my fellow human being slaughtered like a ram. All those bodies that were recovered, were found in the pool of their blood, and I think we all need to rise to tame this enemy of peace, the source are reportedly saying. I'm only interested in the Olubadan crown, Ladoja replies Governor Makinde. A former governor of Oyo State and the Oton Olubadan of Ibadan land, Chief Rashid Ladoja, had rated the recent elevation of himself and some other chieftains to be beaded crown Oba by Governor Seyi Makinde. According to Ladoja, he is not interested in any other crown apart from the Olubadan crown. Nigerian News records Governor Makinde of Oyo State had approved the promotion of the former Governor Rashid Ladoja alongside 10 other Ibadan high chiefs to be beaded crown Obas. The governor recently signed the chieftaincy amendment bill into law, seeking to grant him autonomy to present beaded crowns and coronet to chiefs in the state. The High Chiefs are Balogun of Ibadan land, Wolabi Olaku Lehin, Oton Ibadan of Ibadan land, Rashid Ladoja, Oton Balogun, Tajuden, Ajibola, Osi Ibadan, A.D. Oyowole, Osi Balogun, Latif Abimpe, Asipa Olubadan, Biodun Kola, Dasisi Asipa Balogun, Kola, Adibola, Ekere Olubadan, and the rest of other Ibadan and Ibadan them. A source told the Punch that Makinde had approved the promotion and the High Chiefs would be officially installed as traditional rulers on Friday, July 7, 2023. But reacting to the development, while speaking to journalists at his private residence in Bodija, Ibadan, the state capital, on Wednesday, Ladoja said his only interest is the Olubadan stool and he won't be distracted. He said, "When I set out to join the race to become the Olubadan, I was focused on how to become the Olubadan, and the only crown I want to wear is that of Olubadan of Ibadan land," according to Ladoja. "I am not interested in any other crown apart from that of Olubadan of Ibadan land." Ladoja added that it is the highest tradition and unfair to elevate high chiefs to obas. "Nothing has changed. You don't mend what is not broken. It is not fair to elevate high chiefs to obas. My focus is to become Olubadan, no lesser Oba. I think it is fair to have high chiefs as Obas, who you are comparing with. It is not in our tradition," according to Ladoja. Ladoja is not interested in wearing an elevated crown, he said. So my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers, the ones that love what I'm doing and the ones who always there for me in all this while, I thank you all and I do what? And I praise you all. And I said, as you are watching this, please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, do not forget to share. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. When you watch finish, pass it on to your next door neighbor. They might also like the content on that very video. That is why it is very, very important to share. No matter how difficult it is. Share to 1, share to 2, share to 3, share to 4. Any amount you can be able to share. It is your duty, not mine. My duty is to bring this news to your doorstep, and your duty is to make it to escalate. So that people out there who don't have the opportunity to browse and find this kind of news will get it to hear the news from you. That is your own duty. So have a nice day, my wonderful people. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and the only Okute Daily Talk from your own